there's so much you can do
Try to finish a PhD.
that people just have to break free from the reality. And it's that whole free thing.
I said, yeah, I'll be able to.
Once enough people get it, once enough people have the vocabulary, the tools available,
25th.
once they understand what it's about, then we can construct places which are beyond anything that reality can offer. And it'll make us sweat when people come in close.
As people will characterize this as being. That ought to be fairly clear. When he's talking about the hero's journey, that is a major narrative thread. It isn't the only narrative thread. And I certainly agree, like Christopher Vogler's book, there's a book that now interprets his book, which I had to teach or talk to a student last semester about. It's called Movies and Myth by somebody named Wojtyla. And I thought, how far removed are you from the primary source at that point? He's commenting or extrapolating from Vogler, who's extrapolating from Campbell, who's extrapolating from Jung, and we're going back now. Man, here are the myths. What is all this other stuff in between? And anybody who says that Annie Hall is the hero's journey doesn't have a clue that there's other kinds of story types. He worked at Disney. The Lion King worked very well. If you want to give another example besides Star Wars, straight hero's journey all the way along, and deliberately so. But they also did a bunch of other movies, The Hero's Journey, that didn't work so well. Why? Because like any narrative form, it actually takes some craft and talent to turn that into something that people want to see. And the wrong way to approach it is to just decide everything that we see can fall into that hero's journey. Because but that's exactly what they're saying in these books.
That's what I was saying yesterday with the with lunch, breakfast, where you can conform it exactly to the hero's journey, and yet it's a biological process. Eating food. Do I want lunch? Oh no, I don't. Oh, but it's so tasty. Go on, have one. Okay, I'll have one. No, you can't be the hero. No, you can't, because there's no one to validate it.
Recognition is that extra thing that comes in and says that person is a hero. I may have done heroic things in my life, but if nobody knows about them, I'm not a hero. And I have.
Those couples would have died.
I've saved 2 human lives on 2 different occasions, but nobody knows about it until now.
Well, the only human lives I've saved are the ones I didn't murder that I would have done if I did, but I got away with it. In their life, why do people exist? You've got either the religious reason, you exist because somebody else who exists wants you to, but we don't know why they exist because we don't get to ask them. See, consciousness exists because it needs to find out about itself. It's a self-awareness thing. And if you only exist because of self-awareness, then the more self-aware you are, the more you exist. So, obviously, the more that you can discover about who you are, then the more you can be who you are, the more you can feel you're existing. You think, therefore you are. But if you think about yourself, then you're more of you than if you don't. In virtual worlds, they expose to you aspects of yourself that you just would not see except in exceptional circumstances. You get drafted into the army, you get sent abroad, you're in a country you've never been to before, you never want to go there again, it's all different, it's full of sand, it's full of jungle, it's full of ice, whatever. Things happen, lots of problems, your best friends get shot, you lose, shot in the leg or something. People behave in ways which you would not yourself expect to behave. They do things which save your life. Later on, they come along and somebody comes along and thanks you for saving their life. You hadn't given it a thought. It was just the right thing to do. People who went through World War II together and are still alive are still friends, like 60 years later. Those are the kind of friendships which last, friendship under fire. Those are the kind of things that you get at the end of the hero's journey, those kind of bonds. But you don't want to get shot at to go through that, because that's dangerous. Going away and getting shot at is a 1 month, I think now it's 15 months thing in the US. Playing virtual worlds, 18 months. Watching a movie, 90 minutes, 2 hours. You don't get the same experience. All you get is a reflection of somebody else's experience, some essence of which matches how you may feel at the moment, some of which you can relate to, some of which you can draw from. So you're not living it, because you're not watching that movie every day, and that movie isn't changing to reflect you, your understanding. You don't interact with it. So there.